Hello, young man. Today we're going to talk about a very important theme, the theme of self-improvement. You know, being a better person is not just about achieving your goals, but also about becoming the best version of yourself. It's about learning from your mistakes and using those lessons to grow and improve. Now, I know that it can be tough to stay motivated and focused on your goals, especially when things get tough. But let me tell you something, my young friend. The only way to get where you want to go is to keep moving forward, even when the road ahead seems uncertain. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. How to stay focused and motivated, even when the going gets tough. First of all, let's talk about setting goals. You see, setting goals is not just about writing down what you want to achieve. It's about creating a roadmap for your success. It's about identifying what you want to accomplish, and then creating a plan to make it happen. And let me tell you, my young friend, having a clear plan is essential to achieving your goals. Now, I know that some of you may be thinking, but what if I don't know what I want to achieve? Well, let me tell you, that's okay. That's okay. Not knowing what you want to achieve is a common problem, and it's something that many people struggle with. But the key is to take small steps towards your goals, even if you're not entirely sure what those goals are. For example, let's say you want to get in shape, but you're not sure where to start. Well, a good place to start would be to start small. Start by going for a walk each day, or doing a few push-ups each morning. As you get more comfortable, you can gradually increase the intensity and duration of your workouts. And before you know it, you'll be on your way to achieving your fitness goals. But setting goals is just the first step. The next step is to create a plan to achieve those goals. And that's where things can get a little tricky. You see, creating a plan requires discipline and commitment. It requires you to stay focused and motivated, even when things get tough. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about next. Now, let's talk about discipline. Discipline is the ability to stay focused and motivated, even when things get tough. It's the ability to push through obstacles and stay on track, even when the going gets tough. And let me tell you, my young friend, discipline is essential to achieving your goals. For example, let's say you want to learn a new language, but you're struggling to stay motivated. Well, a good way to stay motivated would be to set small goals for yourself, and to reward yourself when you achieve those goals. You could also find a language partner, or join a language learning group to help keep you motivated. But discipline is not just about staying motivated, it's also about staying focused. And that's where mindfulness comes in. Mindfulness is the practice of being present in the moment, without judgment. It's the practice of being fully engaged in what you're doing, without getting distracted by thoughts or feelings. And let me tell you, my young friend, mindfulness is essential to achieving your goals. For example, let's say you're trying to learn a new skill, but you're getting distracted by social media or email. Well, a good way to stay focused would be to use a mindfulness technique, such as meditation or deep breathing. You could also try breaking your task into smaller, more manageable chunks to help you stay focused. Now, let's talk about resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks and failures. It's the ability to stay positive and motivated, even when things don't go as planned. And let me tell you, my young friend, resilience is essential to achieving your goals. For example, let's say you're trying to start a new business, but you're facing a lot of obstacles and setbacks. Well, a good way to stay resilient would be to focus on the positive aspects of your business, and to remind yourself why you started in the first place. You could also try to reframe your setbacks as opportunities for growth and learning. But resilience is not just about staying positive, it's also about taking care of yourself. It's about getting enough sleep, eating healthy foods, and exercising regularly. And let me tell you, my young friend, taking care of yourself is essential to achieving your goals. For example, let's say you're trying to get in shape, but you're not getting enough sleep. Well, a good way to improve your sleep would be to establish a consistent sleep schedule and to create a relaxing bedtime routine. You could also try to avoid caffeine and electronics before bedtime to help you wind down and relax. Now, let's talk about the importance of gratitude. Gratitude is the practice of being thankful for what you have, rather than focusing on what you don't have. It's the practice of appreciating the good things in your life and expressing thanks to those who have helped you. And let me tell you, my young friend, gratitude is essential to achieving your goals. For example, let's say you're trying to get a new job, but you're not getting any interviews. Well, a good way to stay grateful would be to focus on the things you're thankful for, such as your health, your family, or your friends. You could also try to express thanks to those who have helped you, such as a mentor or a role model. But gratitude is not just about feeling thankful. It's also about taking action. It's about showing appreciation to those who have helped you and giving back to your community. And let me tell you, my young friend, taking action is essential to achieving your goals. For example, let's say you're trying to get a new job, but you're not getting any interviews. Well, a good way to take action would be to volunteer your time or to take on a new project at work. You could also try to network with people in your industry or to attend job fairs and conferences. Now let's talk about the importance of self-care. Self-care is the practice of taking care of your physical, emotional, and mental health. It's the practice of doing things that make you feel good and that help you relax and recharge. And let me tell you, my young friend, self-care is essential to achieving your goals. For example, let's say you're trying to get in shape, but you're not taking care of your mental health. Well, a good way to prioritize self-care would be to schedule time for relaxation and stress relief, such as meditation or yoga. You could also try to connect with friends and family, or to engage in hobbies and activities that bring you joy. But self-care is not just about taking care of yourself. It's also about setting boundaries. It's about learning to say no to things that don't serve you, and to prioritize your own needs and desires. And let me tell you, my young friend, setting boundaries is essential to achieving your goal. For example, let's say you're trying to start a new business, but you're getting overwhelmed with work. Well, a good way to set boundaries would be to prioritize your tasks and to learn to say no to non-essential activities. You could also try to delegate tasks to others, or to outsource tasks that are outside of your area of expertise. Now, let's talk about the importance of community. Community is the people who support and encourage you, and who help you achieve your goals. It's the people who believe in you, and who help you stay motivated and focused. And let me tell you, my young friend, community is essential to achieving your goals. For example, let's say you're trying to get in shape, but you're struggling to stay motivated. Well, a good way to build community would be to join a fitness class, or to find a workout buddy. You could also try to connect with people online, through social media or online forums. But community is not just about having people who support you. It's also about giving back to others. It's about being a good friend and a good member of your community. And let me tell you, my young friend, giving back to others is essential to achieving your goals. For example, let's say you're trying to start a new business, but you're struggling to get customers. Well, a good way to give back to others would be to offer free services or advice, or to volunteer your time to help others. You could also try to partner with other businesses, or to collaborate with others on a project. Now, let's talk about the importance of learning from failure. Learning from failure is the ability to take risks, and to view failure as an opportunity for growth and learning. It's the ability to bounce back from setbacks, and to stay positive and motivated. And let me tell you, my young friend, learning from failure is essential to achieving your goals. For example, let's say you're trying to start a new business, but you're facing a lot of obstacles and setbacks. Well, a good way to learn from failure would be to reflect on what went wrong, and to identify what you could do differently next time. You could also try to seek out feedback from others, or to learn from the experiences of others. But learning from failure is not just about reflecting on what went wrong. It's also about taking action. It's about using what you've learned to make positive changes, and to move forward with confidence and determination. And let me tell you, my young friend, taking action is essential to achieving your goals. For example, let's say you're trying to get in shape, but you're struggling to stay motivated. Well, a good way to take action would be to create a workout plan and to track your progress over time. You could also try to find a workout buddy, or to join a fitness class to help stay motivated. Now let's talk about the importance of staying positive. Staying positive is the ability to focus on the good things in your life, and to stay optimistic even when things get tough. It's the ability to stay motivated and focused even when the going gets tough. And let me tell you, my young friend, staying positive is essential to achieving your goals. For example, let's say you're trying to start a new business, but you're facing a lot of obstacles and setbacks. Well, a good way to stay positive would be to focus on the reasons why you started your business in the first place, and to remind yourself of your goals and vision. You could also try to connect with others who have achieved success, or to seek out mentors or role models who can offer guidance and support. But staying positive is not just about focusing on the good things. It's also about taking care of yourself. It's about getting enough sleep, eating healthy foods, and exercising regularly. And let me tell you, my young friend, taking care of yourself is essential to achieving your goals. For example, Let's say you're trying to get in shape, but you're not getting enough sleep. Well, a good way to improve your sleep would be to establish a consistent sleep schedule and to create a relaxing bedtime routine. You could also try to avoid caffeine and electronics before bedtime to help you wind down and relax. And if you feel this talk helpful, don't forget like and subscribe. And if you want to be a more grateful person, you can donate on the Patreon account. Link on description. See you soon, friend.